Hello, my deep gaze followers. The reason I made this video is, as you know, after being diagnosed with diabetes at the age of 55, I've been experiencing things for 7 years now, dreams, visions, and moments of deep awareness. And I wanted to know, are there others like me? People who experience the same mysterious things. Everyone around me already knows my story, but now I want to share it with you. If you've been through something similar, please share it with me too. Maybe together, we can find healing. These experiences didn't begin with diabetes. Even before, I sometimes had strange moments, brief flashes of something beyond this world. But after I became diabetic, especially when my blood sugar dropped, and even more when it happened during sleep, what I saw began to multiply. I would see crowds of people, sometimes talking to me, and sometimes I was the one speaking to them. And there was always a presence beside me, a being I couldn't see, yet always felt. Whenever I wanted to understand something, it would explain it to me. I would find myself sitting at a huge table, in front of giant screens showing me people, events, and things I had never known before. It was as if I was being taught. I'll share more of these visions with you in my future videos. Later, I started researching what could be causing all of this. And I learned something fascinating. When blood sugar drops too low, the body releases something called DMT, a natural chemical that is said to appear when we are born, and again when we die. So when my sugar drops, my body believes I'm dying, and the DMT level rises, opening a kind of door between worlds. Maybe what I see comes from that. I've shared this before, but I'll say it again. If you have ever experienced something similar, please reach out and share your story. Now, let me tell you about one of the strangest things that ever happened to me. It was just before the COVID pandemic reached our country. My husband and I were traveling in Bosnia. It was a beautiful trip. One day, we needed to take a bus. We put on our masks and got in. After a few stops, more people entered, and the bus became crowded. Suddenly, I smelled something strange, a scent I had never experienced before. It was impossible, I was wearing a mask. I thought maybe my mask was dirty, but no. Then a strange discomfort filled me, as if I shouldn't be there, as if something bad was about to happen. A few moments later, my husband signaled that we were getting off. I still had that strange smell in my nose and an uneasy feeling in my chest. I turned to him and said, "Can you check your wallet? And your phone?" We looked everywhere, but the phone was gone. He panicked, searching his pockets and bag. But deep inside, I already knew who took it. I looked around and suddenly pointed. There, a young couple walking away, holding hands. "They have it," I said. "Run." We ran up the hill toward the park. They began to run too, escaping. Moments later, they threw the phone to the ground and kept running. We picked up the pieces, the phone broken. I sat down on the park steps, my hands on my head, trying to understand what had just happened. How did I know? My husband looked at me and said, "You saw it. You knew." And I still don't know how. Since that day, I've trusted my intuition more than ever. If something doesn't feel right, I simply don't do it. If my heart says no, I listen, and I've never been wrong. I also avoid people who are harsh, arrogant, or angry. Not because I dislike them, but because their energy disturbs my peace. I prefer calm souls, peaceful spaces, and honest conversations. Now, back to diabetes. When it first began, I had a dream about Gobeklitepe. In the dream, I was there among people working, like in a laboratory. And again, that same presence was beside me, answering every question I asked. It showed me a specific place and said, "This area should be excavated." When I woke up, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I decided to go there in person. I visited Gobeklitepe, and I told the people working there about my dream, about the place I had seen. Maybe they didn't take it seriously, but I had to share it. It felt like my duty to tell them what I had been shown. That's all for today's video. I'll share more of these stories next time. Good night, everyone, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for being here.